looking at, so raw material supply and raw material quality verification, that goes into not just food, but also the entire fragrance industry. As you could probably imagine, we're working with a very large fragrance supplier that supplies to all of your consumer product goods and, all of the hand sanitizers that we've been using so much of in the past year, as well as in fine fragrance. So all of that requires really fine raw material, but also product consistency on the other end. So process control. So did I switch out a batch of orange blossom for vanilla? That's an extreme case. Did I bring this out of the right vat? And does this look like it's supposed to look? Those are some of the kind of the obvious ones, and we term those kind of things as cost of quality. So if you're off quality, you're costing a lot for a manufacturer of any of those, whether it's food, flavor, or fragrance. But some other ones that I think are interesting that are coming up that were surprising, at least to me when I started, is in the automotive industry. So in the future, and really to a certain extent, even in the present, we're seeing more autonomous and lots of ride share, right? So ride sharing has become more or less ubiquitous in some form or another, whether you're talking about a fleet of like, Hertz, Avis type of thing, or you're talking about the zip car kinds of things where you're actually literally sharing a same car with somebody else and it doesn't have a place to go after. So what the automotive industry is finding is that they need a way to take that subjective experience of getting into a car and it smells bad, or it smells like new plastic, or it smells like, somebody's had their pet in here. And we need to automate that, especially when you think and you go forward into mobility in the autonomous space. There's not going to be a place to that subjective thing. You don't want to use your customers and clients as your sensor, as your detector. You want to sense that beforehand. So both for safety and preventative maintenance, but especially for the comfort and the experience of driving, all of the automotive tiers are looking at ways to standardize and create sensors that can speak back to the cloud and go back to wherever the kind of the controls are for that experience. So that's been really fun. We've smelled all kinds of bad odors in that case from, yeah, so we could share stories about that. So that's been fun. And then consumer appliance industry as well, food spoilages and food conservation.